So, hello, my name is Stefan. I'm from Tea Addicts, and our mission is to excite you for great and for real tea. And for this time, I went to Vietnam and to Laos. And whoever is following us on Instagram saw the tour. I had an update like every day, and this is our harvest. Because people start asking us on Instagram what's inside there and what's that, and I'm giving you a short impression what I have here on the table or in this box. And what I'm drinking here is you can say pour to it, but it's actually not a pour because it's not from China and especially not from the Chinese Pu'er region. Pu'er is a city and a region in Yunnan, and whatever post-fermented or not post-fermented cake-pressed tea, which is supposed to be post-fermented, comes outside or is growing outside of this region. You can't say it's a pu'er, but you might say it's a Heicha. So it's a dark tea, post-fermented dark tea, and it looks like this. And this is the sample thing I'm drinking right now, and this is Gushu. This is like real indigenous Gushu trees, and I saw those people. They also got really nice packaging on that. You see that this is like a wooden bamboo box, and in those boxes. There's the tea, and it looks like this. It's massive, it's huge, it's really beautiful. It got some smell also from this bamboo. I really liked it. Those are handmade. They're like people sitting there, and they do these boxes by hand, and it's really impressive to see. And the tea, the special thing about this tea is it got some smoky. Natural smokiness inside, and you can smell it, and also when you drink the tea, there's some certain smoke inside, and this is because those people they don't have this proper facilities for making tea. So the tea is the saching, the first cooking is homemade. They have, like in those cottages, how they live, and then they have just a pan, and inside those pans they cook the tea. So it's not a proper facility like they have in China. There's no massive technique about it. They just do it like at home. So inside those homes there is a lot of smoke. So the tea gets into smoke infusion during the process, and there's one guy in that area. This province is called Hazang, and Hazang, northern parts at the border to China. There's one guy, and he's collecting those teas, and he also is managing these boxes, or better say, it's his wife are managing those boxes, and he's collecting those teas from the villages, from the people, from Dao and Hanoi and Aka, no, not Aka, Aka is in Lao, but from those tribal people who are living there. And we have 21 of those. And these are not going to, we will not sell them in an online shop, but you can ask or write us if you want to have one of those, or better say you come to our shop, and then you can have a tea with us and try it. This is what we actually like when people come, and because beside the online shop we have many teas more, and like this 21 cakes, it's not worth to set up into the online store, and so we keep it here in our shop, and one part goes into our retirement fund, and another part is going for customers who ask for the special ones, and this might be one. And another thing which was really impressive for me is Lotus Flower Tea, and it looks like this. It's incredibly beautiful. And this tea is a green tea infused with pollen from lotus flowers, and then they pick special lotus flowers. In this case here, and they only pick the beautiful lotus flowers, and they stuff the infused 7 times infused lotus green tea pollen inside back, and then they sealed it. No, first it dried and then sealed. So it needs about 1,400 lotus flowers. That's a lot to infuse 1 kilo of this lotus flower tea, of green tea. You have 1 kilo green tea and 1,400 lotus flowers, and then you infuse them together. And that's all handwork. Everything is handwork. I didn't saw it actually because I was out of the season. The season is at June and July, and I was after that time. But I saw those videos, and next year I will be there. Next year we have kind of an appointment because I have to look at how people do that. And we have one bag. I bought 1 bag of it, and these are 200 grams. And this is the most expensive tea I've ever had. I wished I could say that it's a poor cake, something very collectible, but it's not. I bought this Lotus Flower Tea, and they also have their own pond to cultivate lotus flowers, because you cannot pick just any lotus flower. You have to have like real good lotus flower in organic. You can't just get into Hanoi city and pick some flowers there. It must be outside in the mountains too. So you have 1 plantation for the lotus flowers and 1 plantation for the green tea. And this green tea is also a Gushu green tea, which comes from a organic plantation, and it's on 2,000 meters at altitude. So this is also high grown shit. So they told me how the processing is for this lotus flower tea, and I paid for this bag of 200 grams. I paid like $200 nearly, almost. And so it's really, really expensive, but it's worth every euro, because the smell and the fragrance from this tea is really impressive. And I didn't manage to see that, but next year I'm there and I will be part of that. And we have another one. This is another find, and in one of those tours I was driving a motorbike, and I just passed through the fields and plantations, and it's not like actually really plantations. It's like land where some trees are. You can see it like this, because you don't have this structure and everything is beautiful. It's like, here's a tree, then you drive, and there's a tree, there's another tree, and here's a tree. It's like this, and you don't have those bushes. You have actually trees. Some are like this big and this high, but you can see that it's a tea tree, and people go there and pluck those trees, whatever they can find. And the land is community land, because those people are tribal people. So there is no, this is mine, this is yours. And this tea is, it looks green, and it's got a very flaky feeling. And this tea is tencha. This is Gushu tencha, and I found someone who has connections to Japan, and this is the base for creating matcha, like the real matcha, not like the mass cooking matcha, like the ceremonial grade matcha. You have to original matcha is from tencha, and tencha is a certain tea which is shadowed and has this flaky feeling. You have to break the leaves and put out all stems, also this little stem inside one leaf. You have to break those out, and then you got the flaky tea. So this is a really interesting find, and it tastes really good. And we have another one which comes here, which is also very exciting. And this is a white tea, and this white tea is compressed to a brick. Looks like this. And this is Huangpian, but Huangpian has this mao cha, this green poor kind of feeling, and this is a white tea, and I would say it's a Huangpian out of Gushus, and you can see it's more greenish than yellow. And they couldn't tell me how it actually is named, and they just do tea like this. And those people, they like to drink tea from older and bigger leaves. It's not like it's also not brewed. It's more like boiled. And this tea is really interesting. It's definitely, from a taste, you can definitely say it's a white tea. It had some greenish feeling, but it's more like, it's really pleasing. And I would say it's sweet and floral, and like a white tea. And it's beautiful. I mean, look at it, this. And we have two of them, and these are samples. So I don't know how to manage to get those in quantity here, because those people, those are indigenous people. And we have another one. This is also really interesting. This is a white tea, and this is the better part, they say. And yeah, this is a white tea from Gushus, from old trees, from wild and old trees. It's really beautiful. You can see clearly it's a clear picking. It's a fine pluck. It's just picked and collected and then dried. And the taste is really good. It's a clear white tea. It's deep. It's pleasing. It's super fruity and floral. And this comes from tribal people who made everything by hand. The land is wild and organic and supernatural. So I mean, look at this. How beautiful that piece is. And I have another find. It was we have some red teas or black teas, you might say, from Laos. These are the Laos samples, and these are from the new dry season. Really fresh black teas. And I opened this one, and the black teas from Laos, they have a special smell because it's really high in altitude. Everything is organic and it's really beautiful and handmade, super fruity. And this might be the best black teas you can find. And I know that those black teas are going into China, and it's sold by another price. And oh no, this is another black tea. And what else? This is also interesting. This is a white tea, and this is a yabao. You can see it's yabao like. It's roasted like a matcha. So it's not a white tea. You can say it's a yellowish green tea. It's processed by like a green tea, like a matcha, and you have this really beautiful buds. You can see it's hairy. It's fur on them. It's really nice and really interesting. Then we come to the big box. Opened up. Yes. In the big box, this was an opportunity. I just passed one of those applications, and this was like, take it or leave it. And I was like, yeah, I take it. And how much does it cost? And it was quite an adventure to get to this tea, because those people, my side, people couldn't speak any German, any English, or any Chinese. It was also very close to Chinese border, so I was hoping that I can get along with Chinese, but no, they don't speak Chinese at all, so it wasn't that easy. So, but with a little help, her name is Annette, and Annette has a touristic group. They had, it was a group of German tourists, and I bumped into them, and they bumped into me, and they had an interpreter. His name is Giang, and Giang was kind of borrowed to me by Annette, because he was booked for the German travel tours. and Giang managed to help me with the translation and stuff because he's a Vietnamese guy and was able to speak German. And so this is oh fuck, another. This is a white tea, and was really one. This tea comes from a valley which is organic certified, and also from wild trees, partly wild trees. Some have been cultivated so far, and it's collected also from the Dao people who are living around there. And it's a facility which was most advanced. It was a real tea manufacturer. They have all the machines and everything was super clean because they're organic certified, like European. It's EU organic certified. So everything must be like proper and clean, and everything is really professional. And I put this aside. And so it was the most advanced thing I could find in Vietnam. And they deliver teas which are really incredibly good in quality. And smell, wow, the smell is killing me already. And this tea is a moonlight white type. So they pick one leaf, one bud. And it's super beautiful and small, very tiny, from old and wild trees. And they manage to dry it very fast and very proper. So you have a moonlight white, Yunnan style white tea. The taste is really deep, and I would say it's a bit more intense than a proper Yunnan moonlight white. It's more like a fruity thing, and the moonlight white for me it's more a flowery thing. And this is one thing. They had 4 kilos. And I bought everything they had. And this tea is also, you can write me a message and then we can see how we can arrange something, because it's not going online. And there's another tea here, and this is the final one I'm showing you. The final one is a red tea or a black tea. And this black tea looks like this. It's also smelling very, very good and fresh from the beginning of dry season now. 1 leaf, 1 bud, clearly very golden, very tippy, and it's a bit snail-like. So there's some finish on the optics. This black tea it was the best black tea I could find in Vietnam. The other black teas I presented, these are from Laos, and these are the new dry season harvest from this year. And this one is the best black tea I could find in Vietnam, and I bought everything they had. So, and with Jürgen, we will have a tasting, and he's convinced with this those pu'er things here already. Because the taste is really interesting. It's a real punch inside it. You can, after 1/2 a pot, you drink it and you really feel the tea, the punch inside it. And this homemade wooden fire smoke, and that's real shit. That's real, and it's not like over processed and too clean or what. This is like homemade stuff, and those homemade people, they don't have access to those corporate plantations, so they go into the jungle and pluck whatever they can find, and they know where the good trees are, and then they pick it and manage them. The pressing is also not very good. If you have a closer look on the pressing, you can see that the pressing is really it's not like proper, you know. It's not like machine pressed, so it's kind of loose, and it's still a cake, but you can break it very easily. This is not machine processed, and this is proof, and also the smoke, and this one is also handmade. So that's it, and we have many more, but it's too much, because there in the corner there's even more, but I sorted some out, and I just gave you a quick overview what impressed me the most, and what I couldn't resist, and I just had to buy it. And thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.